Okay, so there is a different strat you can do for the lockup jiggy, as well as this alcove note. Could save you over 4 seconds if you're really fast. I'll just try and show you here real quick. It is kind of difficult to pull off. Mainly grabbing that jiggy is the hardest part, but pretty sure there's a consistent way to do this. If you can line yourself up, there you go. And then you beakbomb that way. Okay, so obviously the first part, grabbing the note, should be easy enough. I found the most consistent way to do it is keep your camera zoomed in before you take off with the beakbomb. So keep your camera zoomed in here and aim for about the corner of that alcove. That seems to be pretty much the most consistent. After you beakbomb, you're going to count 2 flaps while holding up, and then you're going to tap A to grab the note. So let me just do that. Little beakbomb. We'll slow it down a little bit. We're going to hear 2 flaps. 1, 2, tap A, all while holding up. And we're going to curve ourselves over. Try and make ourselves leave from the center of this alcove and aim directly in the center of that chest. And hopefully that works. It does, but I was a little bit too low. So obviously if you get that in a run, it's not going to save you any time. But that's pretty much how that works. So one thing I do want to say is, obviously depending on the angle you come in at this chest, you could still grab it, but I find the most consistent way to do it is if you're directly in the center of this this alcove over here. So when you're grabbing this note, what I like to do is I like to curve myself. So pretend I'm in the air right now, flying. After grabbing the note, I like to veer myself over this way, and then curve myself back towards the center of this alcove, and then leave like directly center if I can. That's just the most consistent way I find I can actually beakbomb into the chest. If you grab the note directly dead on and you're heading out around like this, not like that, don't do that. But if you're grabbing it directly in the center and then you veer off to the right over here, you're not really in the center of this alcove anymore, and you're going to be more at an angle when you beakbomb towards that chest over there. So I would say veer off to the left over here first, drag yourself over, and then you're going to exit like that. So hopefully that makes sense. I'll try and show this off again. Depending on the angle, of course, it could still work, but I just find trying to center yourself as much as you can before you go for the beakbomb is really going to make it more consistent for you. So we'll try this again. Veer off to the left, 1, 2, and turn back towards the middle. I see right there I didn't turn enough, so it probably wouldn't have worked. I went too low again. I keep going too low. It's kind of a hard thing to get used to, but it is consistent. It is definitely consistent. You just got to hit that right moment. I'll try and slow it down this time. Maybe I can line it up better. Like so. Go 1, 2. Curve back towards the center. There we go. And line up like that. Boom. There we go. Okay, so it definitely takes some time to get used to. Hopefully this gives a better idea on how you can do it. It's, you know, not the best tutorial because I still don't really know how this works myself, but we'll just go from there. Hopefully this can help solve some sort of answer to why this jiggy was sometimes grabbable, sometimes not, but for the most part you can grab it. See there, I think I was a little bit too right, and I'm still too right, I think, with my initial angle, and that one worked because I kind of centered myself. So yeah, you obviously want to hit the dead center of that lockup, or else you're not gonna have a fun time. It's most likely not gonna work. Give it one more attempt real quick. And as for the angle, like, you never want to use feathers to go too high or dip down too low. So we'll do this. We'll slow it down. So when you're coming at this chest, obviously line yourself with the center of that chest and beakbomb the moment you're like dead center with that jiggy. So that should hopefully work. There we go. So just try and get yourself centered so like perfectly that, you know, you know you're not gonna miss. And obviously don't go too low or else you'll crash land, and it'll never work, so. Hopefully this helps, I don't know. Thought I'd make something to try and explain this a little bit, but yeah. Alright, there we go.